Hello and welcome to my first ever book review video. Whee! So, yes, I'm going to start off with a book that I have fallen in love with, and well, guys, it's October now. So last month it was my 25th birthday. Getting old, but yeah. And I received a book from my friend. First time ever somebody had bought me a book for my birthday, because normally I don't recommend that because I am a fussy reader. Anyways, she went on to a site, I think, called Goodreads. I think that's the one she went on, but I'll mention that at a later time. And she said that she's looked up what other people have said about things about this particular book that I've read and what they recommend next, and they've recommended this. This might be a bit backwards, like mirrored, but it's Firelight. I think it is backwards. I don't know why it's automatically going mirror, but yeah, Firelight. And when I first saw this, you know they say never judge a book by its cover, but I sometimes do. And fell in love. I thought, to start off with, I thought it'd be the host, but it's not. And I thought, wow, this looks very interesting. And it's from a person called Sophie Jordan. I have never came across that person before, the woman, and I was like, okay, interesting. You know, my friend is a bookworm. You might know Zozo1512 that I've got on my channel. I've known her for a long time, and she's recommended this book to me. Obviously bought it me. Read it, first page, hooked. I loved it, absolutely loved it, and I didn't know it was part of the series, so now I'm going to get the other books. And I got hooked onto the character straight away. I was first time ever came across a story like this to do with like dragons and shape-shifting into human forms, and there's hunters and forbidden love. I love forbidden love. That's why she got me the book. But this book was absolutely amazing, and I was glued to it. I've read it quite quickly. The ending is very abrupt. That's probably because there's a next book. So when I was reading it, I didn't know it was part of a series, and I thought, feels like a series to me, because the plot isn't like wham this, wham that, wham this, wham that. It's quite simple and straightforward. You can tell it's like a warm-up where you get to know the characters, the history of things, and it's a good introduction. And there's a brilliant twist. Can't beat twists. And I was very pleased with this. So out of this, because I'm very I don't know what score to give it actually out of 10. It's between 8 and 10. Because it varies. Well, it's part of a series, so for a warm-up for a series, a good 9. So that's Firelight. Just fantastic. I hope I didn't spoil it too much. Now, this book, where to start? I am a Julie Kagawa fan. I am. I've got all paperback Iron Fae books. I've got the Immortal Rules. I need to get more of the series stuff on that one. And there's this book that came out recently, as you all guys know, called The Lost Prince. Backwards, but if it is backwards. But anyways, yes, The Lost Prince. When I first came across this and I read the back, I was like, Ethan? Oh my god, he's grown up. You know, Ethan, the little 4-year-old, you know, that was in the other books. And I thought, ooh, this will be interesting. Now, when I first got into this book, I was sucked in it quite quickly, as what Julie does, sucks me right into her books. And I was starting to really like this Ethan, very different, unique, and you can see he was troubled and he's had problems, but she did describe his character really well, in depth, and I got to know him quite quickly, quite well. And then, as the book went on, to me it felt like it dragged. The plot was slow, basic. The old characters do come into the book, but not big parts. And I don't know, I found it quite hard to grasp. The other characters were very bleak for me, a bit bland. There was no real humour in the book. In the other Iron Fae books, there was a mixture between seriousness, love, action, and there was humour, especially between Puck and Ash. that was brilliant. The only glimpse you really get of the old Puck and Ash sort of chemistry is right at the end. But I thought that I felt really disappointed with it. Quite a lot of people though on Goodreads have said it was brilliant, 4 out of 5 stars. But to me, it didn't seem the same. And I know it's a completely different like spin-off from the book. It's to do with Ethan, his story. But I was a bit disappointed with it, and I don't like to say that I was disappointed with Julie's book because I'm a big fan of her, but yeah, I did feel a bit disappointed with the book, but that's me, and my partner had read the book and he has the same views as well. But if you haven't read the book, just read it, give it a go, and you never know, you might really, really like it, because there's people out there that love it. So it's like Marmite. You either love it or you hate it. So that's the Lost Prince from the Iron Face series, well, spin-off from it. And that's it for my first book review. My next video I'm going to be talking about, sneak preview, these 2 books. The Falconer from Elizabeth May. That's based in Edinburgh, because I've been to Edinburgh. I'm looking forward to it so I can picture it in my head. And the other book is called Angel Fire, which is from Courtney Ellison Moulton. And so, wait there, what I found out though, because I do my photography every now and then, I found out that Elizabeth May that had read this, the Falconer, she's actually a professional photographer. So I was like, ooh, so alike. So I'm looking forward to reading these 2 books, which were, I have come across these through Goodreads. And my friend Zoe, she's the one that recommended Goodreads to me. To be honest, she's been recommending me that site for quite a while, and I've only just recently started going on it and looking around to what's what, and obviously me looking through all the authors that I like and their recommendations, and that's when they recommended me these 2 books. So I'm looking forward to reading them, and I'll give you feedback on them. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.